10. Liliane Bettencourt and family $40.1 billion. The source of wealth. L'Oreal. Liliane Henriette Charlotte Schuler, married name Bettencourt, is a French socialite businesswoman and philanthropist. The section fantastic words. She's on the principal shareholders Gloria and is the second wealthiest woman in the world. An estimated net worth of $39.7 billion. Bettencourt was born in Paris, France, the only child over these Madeleine Berthe and Eugene Schuler, the founder of L'Oreal, one of the world's largest cosmetic and beauty companies. Her mother died in 1927. William was 5 years old. She formed a close bond with her father at the age of 15. She joined her father's company as an apprentice, mixing cosmetics in labeling parcels shampoo with Wealth-Berkshire somewhere in 1957. Bettencourt heiress to the L'Oreal fortune when her father died. Pretty classic, not becoming the principal shareholder L'Oreal in 1963. The company went public with Bettencourt opting to own a majority stake in 1974 for fear that the company would get nationalized. The French elections, she changed almost half a stake for a 3% stake in Hathaway, which became the largest food company in the world measured by revenues and has a market capitalization of nearly $250 billion. Not a bad move, all things considered, especially when you started off being the girl who did the labels on the shampoo things. 9. Jim Walton, $40.6 billion. Source of wealth-Wal-Mart. Jim Walton, born in 1948, is the youngest son of Sam Walton, the founder of the world's largest retail Walmart. I've heard he has a current net worth $40.4 billion. Retailer had sales nearly $500 billion during 2013. Alone in 1972, the Dole Jimbo joined the retailer and was involved in this real estate dealings after 4 years. He moved to the family-owned Walton Enterprises as president in 1975. He's pledged about $2 billion. The Walton Family Foundation, along with his siblings, in 2008-2013. Alice Walton is the 11th richest person in the world. 8. David Koch, $42.9 billion. David Koch is an American businessman, philanthropist, political activist, and chemical engineer. He joined the family business Koch Industries. The conglomerate is the second largest privately held company in the United States in 1997. In 1979 became co-owner of Koch Industries with older brother Charles. In 1983 he is now executive vice president. Just realize maybe it's cause I'm gonna keep saying Koch more. It's probably an accident. Neighbor. David Koch has a current net worth of $40.7 billion. Koch Industries, which sells products ranging from asphalt chemicals, commodity trading, energy, fibers, fertilizers, finance, minerals, natural gas, plastics, petroleum, and more, has revenues of $115 billion in 2012. That's a lot. 7. Charles Koch, $42.9 billion. Charles Koch, also with $40.7 billion, is David's older brother Charles Koch. He is co-owner, chairman of the board, and chief executive officer has Koch Industries. Charles and David each own 42% of the conglomerate. Brothers inherited the businessman father Fred C. Koch, then expanding the business. Koch rarely grants media interviews and prefers to keep the low-profile course. You know, if you and your brother share more money than one could do anything within 1,000 lifetimes, and I'd also probably be spending most my time away from prying eyes of private islands, probably flying a jetpack and going on fishing trips. 6. Christy Walton and family, $43.7 billion. The founder of Walmart. Whatever the thing going on, have you noticed? And all these people are all from the same place as Mom. Interesting, so much like that's the way the world works anyway. After John's death in June 2005, she inherited his fortune, the $18.2 billion. Forbes reported that she was the richest woman in the world for 7 years running and still holds the title to this day. She and her family, not including had her brother-in-laws and a sister-in-law, an estimated net worth of $43 billion. The bulk of which comes from shares in Walmart, but also from First Solar, in which his husband invested in. Collectively, the Waltons are owned over 50% at the Walmart and are worth a combined total of $175 billion as of February 2015. In 2010, 6 members of the Walton family had the same net worth as either the bottom 28% of 41% American families combined, depending on how you count it, as more money than anybody needs. Lawrence Joseph. 5. Larry Ellison, $54.3 billion. Source of wealth. Oracle. Larry Ellison is an American programmer and internet entrepreneur. He was the chief executive officer of the software company. He co-founded the Oracle Corporation between 1977 and 2014. He's currently worth $52.1 billion, which are no small sum. Ellison is the highest paid executive in America. He received $78.4 million in 2013, most of which is stock and options, and overall he's received $960 million in compensation in the last 5 fiscal years. He even cut his salary to a single dollar. The tens of billions he has in the bank will more than make up for that, I'm sure. Anderson's what you know is almost entirely tied up in Oracle, and he also owns a $580 million taking web business of Wealth-Berkshire Suite, and is on the largest private landowners in Celebrity Haven, Malibu, California. For Amancio Ortega, $64.5 billion source of wealth-Zara. Amancio Ortega is a fashion executive, Spanish chap and founding chairman. Inditex Fashion Group is known for its chain of Zara clothing and accessories retail shops. He is the 4th richest person in the world according to Forbes, with a net worth 61 points. Alien Pops in 1975. He opened his first Zara store local because his preferred name's order was already taken. Arts Alba now is better you didn't you that's a good job order. While he went on to open several Lowe's R stores during the 80s, then today's are as part of the Index Group, which Ortega owns 59.29%. A bit who is no one is has like 59.29%. There's a lot of it to go around. Altogether keeps a low profile, and up until 1999 no photograph them and ever been published. He goes to the same coffee shop every day, needs lunch with his employees in company's cafeteria. He refuses to wear a tie and typically wears the simple uniform: a blue blazer, a white shirt, gray pants. Leather, which is Zara Products, is also said to take a very active part in the production and design process in the company. Is only granted interviews. 3. Carlos Slim Helu and family, $77.1 billion source of wealth-telecommunications. Carlos Slim Helu, only a hatter through forgiving me the pronunciation, is a Mexican business magnate, investor and philanthropist. Runs the flange because they've got enough. None place is not true, but they should be. From 2010 to 2013, Slim was ranked as the richest person in the world, known as the Warren Buffett Mexico. Slim has extensive holdings in a substantial amount of Mexican companies. Drives conglomerates. Grupo Koch riches amassed interest in fields of communication, real estate, airlines, media, technology, retailing and finance. America, which was Latin America's largest mobile phone carrier in 2010 against Israel, $49 billion. A Slim's wealth by the end of the year. His net worth as of February 2015 is $69.5 billion. Wow. 2. Warren Buffett, $78.7 billion source of wealth. Berkshire Hathaway. Warren Edward Buffett of Affect Buffett. Oh, I'm just thinking about Buffett's now. I like Buffett's, but he always fill me up because I have to have a little bit, have every single one. The dishes on the bar fight. I don't know why, I just have to try everything anyway. Is an American business magnate, investor and a philanthropist. Me the most successful investor at the 20th century. Of its is a chairman, CEO and largest shareholders. Berkshire Hathaway, an American multinational conglomerate holding company. He was ranked as the world's wealthiest person 2009 and the 3rd wealthiest in 2011, as if every 2015. He is the 2nd richest person in the world with an estimated fortune of $17.5 billion. Buffett is called the Oracle, the home, and is known for his adherence to the value investing and for personal frugality despite his immense wealth. He has pledged to give away 99% his fortune to philanthropic causes, primarily by the Gates Foundation. Buffett born his house in Omaha, Nebraska in 1958. 1. Bill Gates, $81.2 billion source of wealth. Microsoft. Bill Gates is the richest person in the world. The net worth $81.2 billion that fluctuate to around $82 billion or so. People take a billion based on the current stock price. Is Microsoft. William Henry Bill Gates. The third is a philanthropist, investor, computer programmer and inventor along with poor talent. He co-founded Microsoft, the world's largest PC software company. Miss Michael Windows. You might have heard it. He's been among the world's wealthiest people, predominantly the #1 spot from 1995 to 2014, excluding For You brief periods. Host 2008 between 2009-2014. Grave accent. His wealth more than doubled from $40 billion to more than $82 billion between 2013 and 2014. Meanwhile, his wealth increased by $15 billion, is around $1.5 billion more than the entire GDP.